Hi, my name's Kim Roe, and I moved to Asheville about a year and a half ago and immediately fell in love with the place. But about 3 weeks after I moved here, I got into a pretty bad car accident. I didn't sustain serious physical injuries, but I had turned into a recluse after the accident. But I finally was diagnosed with PTSD. I was barely functioning and I couldn't work and I ran out of money. I became homeless. I've always had a very comfortable lifestyle. I've always been able to support myself, just trying to deal with my situation. Very stressful, very frightening. But then I was thankfully accepted into a great program called Room in the Inn. I was there for about a month, made a couple of good friends there in the program. But then I was at the post office trying to get a money order to pay my car insurance. I opened my wallet and my money was gone. I thought I was going to pass out, and a voice in my head said, "Well, that's it, you're done." And it almost felt like a relief. I thought, okay, I don't have to worry anymore. I don't have to be stressed. And about an hour later, I was at a parking lot at a grocery store, and I was swallowing sleeping pills. I was nice and warm in the car, and I was getting very groggy. But out of nowhere, this ice-cold whoosh just went through me. It woke me up, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Anyway, I called for help, and a very sweet lady with a mobile crisis unit came and got in my car, and I showed her the pills that I'd taken. She said, "Well, we need to get you to the hospital." I was transferred to Catawba Valley Medical Center in Hickory. I realized after I was there for a few days, after talking to other patients, that I was going to be there until they thought I was doing well. So I put on a very happy act. "I'm happy. Can I go now?" And they sent me back to Asheville on the Greyhound bus, and the director of Room in the Inn picked me up. My friends at Room in the Inn had already spent their first night at Covenant Church. So I hooked back up with Room in the Inn Monday afternoon. I was about to spend my first night at Covenant. I am not feeling well. I'm emotionally just drained. I'm empty. My tank is empty. The shock of pulling up to Covenant and seeing all of these happy, smiling, jumping up and down, waving at us, saying, "Welcome, welcome." I was like, oh no. And I hated it. And I thought that everyone was fake. I couldn't understand how that could be real. Isn't it nice of them, but it's not real. So anyway, after a few days, I was watching the people at Covenant, and I realized that even when we were not around, even when the Room in the Inn ladies were off doing other stuff, they were having a great time together by themselves with each other. And it just impressed me. A lot of laughing, and they were easygoing and down to earth. I mean, hundreds of volunteers were involved, and every night after dinner there was something fun. By this time, I was joining in. I couldn't help it. It was just, too much fun to miss. I'd always been very against religion. I mean, I've been a big Jesus fan all my life, but just very anti-religion. And I had a stereotypical idea of what really religious believers were like. And the folks at Covenant just went against that. And I thought, I want some of that. I mean, I needed something. I was at the bottom. I mean, you couldn't go any lower. And I guess my defenses were down. And I think if we'd gone to another church, if it hadn't happened that way, that I came here directly from Hickory, and that we had 2 weeks here for me to heal. I mean, I don't want to be dramatic or anything, but I honestly don't know if I'd be here right now. I mean, not here, sitting here, I mean here. To say I'm grateful, it just doesn't touch it. Becoming homeless, I originally thought just was a terrible punishment for something I'd done. But now I realize that without getting into the mess that I was in, I wouldn't have come to Covenant, and I would not have realized all that I've been missing. I'm just excited now. I'm excited because I can take this with me for the rest of my life. You know, use it inwardly and outwardly. And I can't wait to do that because I know that whatever I do from now on, I'm going to be volunteering and out there in the community, helping people. And that's why I'm here.